For the conversations that drive success.
And welcome back, everybody. I'm going to ask this question. Here we go. What did you do for yourself today? Anything. And something that is impactful and something that potentially made a difference that made you feel better. We are going to talk about self-care today. I bet you a lot of people probably can't answer the question I just gave. Or they would say, no, nothing really yet. I don't know. What is self-care? We're going to dig into that with somebody who has a wonderful organization that offers health and wellness insight and through many different ways, coaching, counseling, education services, books, inspiration, and so much more. I'm talking about newwonderfulllc.com. And she is, well, part of the two people that her husband is also part of it. She is Dr. Ferdina Weems joining us on the program. I'm looking forward to meeting your hubby one day, but I'm so great to have you here. How are you?
You're adorable. I am happy to be here, and thanks for having me, Steve.
This self-care thing is so important, and I can speak from my experience. We all have a story. It wasn't more than 5 years ago where I signed up for a gym, which is about 800 feet from this studio. Like, no excuses not to go. Got a great rate, introductory offer, grandfathered in, and I would go to the gym and be on the treadmill for 12 minutes and say, I got to go to work. I got to go. I got to make sure that everything is okay. Gosh forbid something goes wrong. Gosh forbid lose an account or whatever it might be. 12 minutes on the treadmill, boom, done. And that was my self-care. And never did anything else ever until I got an ulcer. I was dealing with stress. And now if I don't do some type of self-care for Dina, I feel guilty. Like I've done something wrong. I need to be intentional about it. Took a journey to figure that out like most of my life. Tell us why self-care is so important.
Well, first of all, I like the way you said that your definition and what you thought self-care was about. You thought it was about exercising. That is a component of self-care, but we need to realize, what do we mean by self-care? Self-care is how in this fast-paced world, we need self-care to balance our health and well-being, which means physical, mental, emotional. It means social. It means financially. So simply, it means just basically me time. And what is me time? Me time, taking time out to make sure you got self-care, you've got physical care, you've got nutrition, you've got emotional self-care, you've got the whole package. So it depends on where you are in life, which part of those components needs to be a little boost, a little energy boost in it, which one you need to get more to it. And for you at that time, you said it was exercising. Now, the problem comes to that when you do it, are you mindful when you're doing it? Which means, are you in that moment doing it? Like you said, you was exercising, you think about work. Okay, so you weren't really there. So you didn't get the full opportunity to really be satisfied in that moment to enjoy how you was taking your body through the change to maintain health. So when we think about self-care, we have to also think about mindfulness. When I'm doing this, am I in that moment? And that would take a toll on whether we're effective and productive in our self-care with our me time for ourselves. We take time out to go to work. We take time out for people we don't really like. We take a time out for the community, but we don't really take the time out in that moment for the me time in self-care.
And you're 100% right, Ferdina. That's what I realized. It started with the gym, because fitness was a goal. But what did that also turn into? Going for an occasional massage, going for a walk, and wait for it. This is one of my favorite things. Doing nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Whoa, that's an art within itself.
Well, this is what I learned. I would talk to friends on a Saturday or Sunday, and they would say, oh, I'm still in bed. Now it's 11 a.m. And I would say to them, it's 11 o'clock? You're in bed? You just wasted the whole day. What are you doing? Really? Okay, whatever. Until I realized that this was only like a year ago, until I realized doing nothing is actually doing something. You're recharging your mind, your body, laying in bed on a Sunday and ordering DoorDash for breakfast and watching TV, self-care, right?
It depends on how you label self-care. That's a good point. But
Sure.
as long as you don't start getting to the point where that's every time you look up, you're in the bed.
Well, yeah,
Because,
yeah.
it depends on what that self-care is. But you're right. You got to take time out to pamper yourself.
Hmm.
It's only one you, and we forget. How can you say you love other people when you're not taking care of yourself?
Hmm.
You got to start with it. And it's not being selfish to take care of yourself. Because you know what I found out? While you run around here doing this over here for the parents or the husband or the children or the neighbors or the job or the coworkers, and you're not eating when you should, or you're
Hmm.
not resting when you should, your immune system is going down. And guess what? When you go down, you just go down and life goes on. And you can't depend on the people that you were helping to help you. So,
What are the reasons we don't do it? I got to imagine one of them is guilt.
yes, that's that. Ooh, Steve, you hit the top priority. You hit the top one, guilt. Because we don't think it's okay to take time off ourselves. We think that's um, pride or that's not right. That's the
Selfish.
negative selfishness.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, it is. And then sometimes sometimes we do have our priorities. Well, we are busy, busy, busy. Like emergency come up. But you got pride, and then we like sometimes, it's not all the times, we like to feel needed. We like to feel like someone needs us.
Mm,
But sometimes we strive on helping others. And then we don't want to admit that maybe something is wrong and we go from one extreme to other. We go from something simple to something major. Oh, what if I have something major? Oh, but I'm feeling good now. So I'm going to continue to keep going on. So we think that healthcare, which I tell everybody, do not skip your annual checkup.
mm.
Do not skip your eye checkup.
Yep.
Do not skip it's another one. Do not skip your appointments for yourself, your dental checkup, because that will help that's called preventing things before it happens. So don't wait till something happens, then go and then you find out something major. Keep that. But we feared and we go into and I was top one, Steve. I was one of the top ones, fear. You go in the doctor, it's always something wrong.
Mm.
So we fear if we go to the manual checkups, they're gonna find something. And that's the human side of us.
So then you didn't go as often because you were worried that they would
No,
come up
I
with something.
went, but by the time I got there, I was stressed out.
Uh, well, okay. You know what? I completely relate to
And then
that.
you know what happens when they get stressed out? Then your blood pressure gonna be high.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the first thing they do. And that's another point about self-care. When you go to the doctor, sit down and breathe, deep breathing.
Truth.
Because what happened is when I went in there one time to get my physical, I take because they put you on the scale. So you know if you have all your boots and shoes and clothes on one time, it's gonna be more weight. So I'm taking off clothes, taking off shoes, get on the scale, the weight is good, get off the scale, bend over, put my shoes on, and here she go taking my blood pressure. So do you know what happened, don't you? My blood pressure was
Yeah,
high.
yeah, yeah. You run a little bit higher for Dina, and we might want to take a look at that. Meanwhile, you're just stressing out, and I totally relate to it. I never wanted to go for blood tests. Just in like the thinking of the needle, the drawing of the blood and everything. So I would make an appointment online and then I would get a day before and I'd be like, well, I don't have to rush. It's like routine labs once a year. I'll put it for a week out. Then I'd do it again, another week out. And then I would go and I'd be stressed out and everything. I got to the point where I flipped my mindset and it wasn't easy. I think a grown man afraid of, a blood test. I flipped the mindset to the point where I viewed it as I'm going to get information and it's for me, whether it's good or bad. And if it's not the best information, now I got something to work with. We'll take care of it. And after I did that, as it turned out, I had a little medical stuff going on, minor skin cancer, things like that, surgeries, whatever. I had to get a lot of needles and it didn't even bother me. And the doctor said, well, what happened to you? Like, it's different now. I'm like, I'm just thinking it differently. And it's almost now a game. How much will it hurt? How much pain will I feel before I don't feel any pain? That's a second, but whatever. But it's just flipping the mindset. And I swear to you, this is in the last year I did that.
But you see what happened though? It worked. And I have learned that, okay, so when I'm going in the doctor, I'm going to take my appointments when it's my calm time of the day.
Mm.
And so when I go in, I sit down I go into the 4 box breathing, which you can do. I just breathe and relax. And you got to remember the nurses already hype, hype, hype. They did it, do it, do this, do that, and they did it. So you got to go on like, okay, I'm not gonna let that bother my mood.
Yep. Yep.
Go in, sit down, do your weight. They grab your arm. As soon as they grab your arm, take a deep breath and exhale everything out. And they start that blood pressure, and your blood pressure just calms down as long as you stay calm.
Well, it's funny you should
That's
say
what
that.
works.
In today's medical world, it's the environment. Now with insurance and
Yep.
big companies taking over the private practices, they got to get you in and get you out. Let's be honest. They got to get to X amount of patients per hour to meet certain insurance quotas, et cetera. So you're already, the odds are stacked against the calmness. Let's just say that,
hmm So you've got to create your environment.
Yeah.
You've got to go in there and work on your breathing and make sure that make sure you're not hyped up before you get there. Because come on, sometimes, it's a long walk to get to your doctor's appointment. So you rushing to get there. And by the time you get there, they call you in and you sit down. Let's do the blood pressure. Well, your blood pressure is going to be up.
For sure. So self-care. What else can you tell us about that?
It means being able to accept yourself. Being honest with yourself. Where are you as far as your physical care? Where are you as far as your spiritual care? Where are you as far as your social self-care, emotion self-care, nutrition? Where are you? Now, if you're not where you want to be, it's okay to be frustrated at that time, but don't stay there. Okay, what's my next step? What do I need to do to move towards it? And not getting these big, huge pictures. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. No. What's one smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time management goal I can do right now to start me moving towards that big, huge goal? So, for example, let's say something as challenging, because everybody have different body rhythms when it comes to breaking a habit. Maybe it's a people habit. Maybe it's a food habit. It's a drug. Okay, what is the one thing you need to do? Okay, maybe for the next 21 days, try to see how you can not do that. And when it happens, don't get upset. Just keep moving. Maybe it's a weight. Okay, you want to lose 10 pounds. All right, let's say you want to lose 10 pounds. All right, it's say 2 pounds a week, but don't set yourself up for that if you net lost weight before. How about if I lose 2 pounds this month and keep it off? So start small and build up on it. And what are you doing to lose weight? That don't just mean exercising. It means what are you eating? It means how are you resting? It means how is your blood pressure? How is your It's the whole thing. So within that 2 pounds, it's going to help you in all those areas of your life. So start with something really, a step, like going up a ladder. Start the bottom step and start moving up. And when you do make that goal, reward yourself. I don't mean go out and eat something you shouldn't eat. But what I mean is be thankful, be happy, give yourself a pat on the back. That's okay. And then move on to the next part of that journey.
How about reward yourself with some self-care? Like, you know what? I'm going to go for not only the manicure, but the pedicure. I'm going to do them both this time. That's my reward if I lose X amount of weight.
That's great, Steve. I like that. Yes, reward. Right. Good job. That sounds great. And if you're not into pedicures, wait me into washing your car. I'm going to go wash my car. People like to wash their cars. I never knew a car line could be so long going to a car wash. People like to wash their car. So, or maybe I'm going to watch some sports. I'm going to read a book. Or maybe I'm going to go for a walk. Or maybe I'm going to listen to some music. You are so right. Reward yourself with some self-care. That's something we do not have on our, and schedule it. On my schedule, I put in my self-care. Now, when people call and ask to do something, I say, no, I have an appointment. I don't have to tell them what it is. It is an appointment.
It's true.
Because then sometimes people close to you, if you tell them, they try to say, well, can't you move that to something else? So you just tell them, I have this. I'm sorry, I have an appointment. Is there some other time I can help you?
100%.
Just like we schedule to go to work, schedule to go get your manicure, your pedicure, your hair, schedule to go maybe to see a movie, schedule it in on your agenda. And don't miss it.
Yeah. And they're not going to get it when you say, I can't do that at 3:00. I'm going for a hike for Going for a hike. What are you doing? Yeah, I'm going for you can't say it. You do have an appointment. You are being truthful. The appointment is with you. And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's a good way to put it, Steve. I like the way you said that's not, and that takes out the guilt trip because then we get guilty. Then we say it and they go, well, you need to start feeling guilty. Oh, I guess I can help them, and really don't want to do it, but then we do it and we done missed our self-care. So now
Well,
we're really frustrated.
let's go there. People pleasing. Mm.
When you people please, it's exactly what the name says. You're pleasing people, not yourself. But if you really want to please people, please yourself first. Then you're able to say yes to the yes and no to the no. But if you're always doing what other people want you to do, who's in control of your life?
You're giving power to others. But let's look at
Yes.
let's look at some of the reasons why we people please. I mean, it goes back to our childhood, I believe, many times where you have a feeling of not worthy. You don't have the same value on yourself that you should. So in order to get that value, it's like, well, they want me to help them move on Saturday. I really don't want to. I had other plans, but I'm going to do it because I just want them to look at me that, I'm valuable. And what if I ever need them to? Okay, I'm going to go do it. But it just doesn't feel good. You're doing something you don't align with. And yeah, you want to help people out, but you got to draw the line somewhere. Boundaries, I guess. Right?
And it comes back to self-care checklist. Okay, first of all, why am I doing this? I mean, first of all, am I able to do this? How is my health? What is my schedule? How's my mind frame? What's the reason why I'm doing this? Get your checklist out. Okay. All right. It doesn't matter whether or not do they really need this help and do I really have the time? Okay, if it balanced, go forth. If it's not, okay, is there something else I can do? Or is there another time I can help you? You're not telling them no. You're just trying to figure it another way. So get that checklist out. Self-care checklist. Okay, am I physically and mentally able to do this? What is my financial status as far as it helped them? That means you got to put gas in your car, get over there, and probably use your car to help them move. Okay. All right. Do I have anything else on my schedule? Do I really want to do this? Because if you're doing it for the wrong reason, it's still not good. It's not a good relationship. All right. They need help. Did they tell me in advance? Or they just calling me right now? Did they ask? That's a good one too. If you knew in advance, you could plan in your schedule. If they're just calling you right now, okay, that means the emergency, something happened, somebody backed out, and now they want you to come help. You need to evaluate that. Not get on the guilt trip, but being honest and realistic. Can I do this right now? Or is there something else on my schedule? If not, okay, I can help you right now. Is there another time I can help you? So you're not saying no, but you're putting it back on where it should be, back responsibility on them. And then move forward.
What are we missing about self-care? What should we dig into from that? I'm trying to think of what's
We're
floating out
missing
there.
about self-care is me, the me in self-care, the me time. We're missing understand it's not an entertainment. It's not a recreational. It's a health and well-being choice that we need. We need to take time off ourselves to find out where am I? What's going on with me? Because if we don't catch it when it's small, it can turn into something major. It can turn to an immune system issue. It can turn to feelings of bitterness, anxiety, and frustration. It can turn to have to go to the doctor now and get medication for depression or antidepressant. So we're missing the me in self-care because we're not taking time out to take care of the me in self-care. Whether it's because we didn't know how, whether it's because of people pleasing, whether it's because of feelings of guilt, whether, all of it, we still need to go back and pull away, like you said, and take some time to find out who am I? What am I? Where am I going? And what's going on with me right now?
You know what word is just flashing in front of my mind? Necessary. It's not an option. It's not an option. It has to, it's like going to work, really not an option. Sleeping, it's not an option. You have to sleep. Well, neither is self-care. In whatever form you want to put that in, if that is simply taking one night or a few hours every once in a while and just laying on the couch, reading a book, watching TV, petting the dog, not dealing with other people, just saying, love people, but sometimes just being alone is fantastic. Fantastic.
You are so right. And you know what I get from that? People fear time with self.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
People fear time with self. They're afraid to find out about who they really are.
Yep. And I'm going to admit, I went on, I don't know if I shared this. I went on vacation with myself, only myself, for the first time last year. Never did it. Made a
Wow.
commitment. I went to an island in the Caribbean, super cheap, very inexpensive. Found an Airbnb somebody recommended. It was like a resort. I was in a resort. It was a condo complex. Nobody was around because it was low season for them. It's in the middle of the summer. And for Dina, you know what I did?
What'd you do, Steve?
Nothing. It was the best thing ever. It was 2 words, life-changing. Picture white plastic chair on a hill overlooking a beautiful ocean. I spent hours every day doing that, and eating and just sleeping and just taking a walk or whatever. 3 months later, I went back and did the same thing. 2 months from now, less than that, I'm going to do the same thing. It's the only negative, not that I roll on the negative side of things, because of the way things are now. The flights went up in cost by a little bit, but it is what it is. My cheap vacation's not as cheap, but life-changing. And who am I going with? Me, myself, and I.
Well, that's the lesson. That's great. And we
great.
look at it as a cost, but look, don't it cost us something when the car breaks down?
Don't it cost you something when you get sick and you got to pay co-pays or you got to hit a deductible?
Exactly. That's a good way of looking at it.
The
So
truth.
no, that's a blessing. And that was your way of your self-care, me time. We all got different ways, but you've got to put on, I said, put on your heels or put on your boots and go in there and face yourself.
Yeah.
Face, you know what? Face your fears, which
And
is yourself.
And yes, embrace the discomfort. That doesn't mean I didn't have a phone call here and there, work related, or talk to a friend or whatever. Yeah, no problem. But I controlled it and I minimized it, and that was maybe 10% of my total time there. The rest, 90%, that was me. It's wonderful.
That was awesome, Steve.
Just take some time. Quiet time. And yes, and I get it. I have lots of friends who are always busy, and I know they're running from themselves. They don't want to take that time just to sit in silence. Sit in silence. The best thing. It's self-care.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Tell me what you do, how you can help people have, like today. We had this conversation. I could have gotten that 15-minute consultation. You could, and you've given me lots of things to even think about today. How do we connect with you?
Well, you can connect with me on the you can email me. You can contact and schedule that 15-minute consultation through the calendar. You can go on our website, or you can contact me by phone if you like to. We have that. Our line is just dedicated just for that, and that's in area code 1-216-200-5486, or for Dina at newwonderfulyoullc.com.
You run deep from the world of fitness. So you've got that in terms of helping people with fitness, nutrition, and health. The mind, it's like a 360 approach to changing your life. And we only touched a piece of that with self-care today. There's so much more involved if you want to move your life forward. I love your energy. Gotta tell you.
Thank you. I love Joy working with you. You come up with some good on the points reality check, which is good.
You know where that came from? People like you. Being here, talking to people like you. I didn't, I'm serious. It's just like you learn. So I learned from you. Other times we've gotten together, and likewise, there's so much more to learn next time we get together. And I appreciate it. One of these days I'll get to meet the hubby. One of these days, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I let him. He's home here now. I'll make sure he just came in. I'll let him know.
Well, leave him alone. He's doing self-care, I'm sure.
Yeah, he is. He's doing what you said, dude. First thing we get in the house, he goes upstairs, he reads his Bible, then he lay on the bed. And he breathes. That's his self-care.
You know what? Here's the crazy thing. I now look forward to doing stuff like that.
Especially when you had a busy day. I know your days are busy, Steve.
That's what I'm doing tonight. It's, typically on a weekend I'm doing things. I think I might just take myself out to dinner, and then I'm not going to do anything.
You should.
Not hanging out with,
you
friends or
enjoy that
anything.
me time. You help so many people, now help yourself.
I look forward to it. Look forward next time we talk. Thanks for today. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You wonderful you. We're here for you. We are wellness made whole.